So, good morning. Welcome back to Daily Transfer Update. This time I am at Malaga Airport, so forgive me for all the background noise. But yeah, I'm currently stood at Malaga Airport and my flight takes off in a few hours' time. So, I've got here in time, gave the car back, and I am ready to rock and roll and get myself back to England. Got a lovely golden tan, as you can see, and yeah, it's all looking quite good right now. So, I've enjoyed my 2 weeks, that's for sure. I'll do it all over again in a few months' time. So, happy days. Anyway, let's talk about Kieran Tierney to start off with before we get into Nicolas Pepe. Kieran Tierney, apparently we are on the verge of signing him as well. Talks have reopened with Tierney and his agent and Celtic. Now, reports the last couple of days have suggested that we were a couple of million away from signing Tierney. Sky Sports were reporting that. How reliable that is, I'm not too sure. But basically, we've had 2 bids rejected for Tierney, and we're going back in with a proper offer this time. So that will go down to deadline day. That will probably go all the way to deadline day, and hopefully we'll sign Kieran Tierney. But Wilfried Zaha, let's talk about him for a couple of minutes. Wilfried Zaha, Everton have joined the race to sign him. They're in for him. I'm not too sure they've got the money to go and buy him, especially with the reported fee of £80 million being touted around. So listen, I'm not too sure we're going to get Wilfried Zaha. I was sure a couple of weeks ago when we started bidding for him, but you know, Palace seem to have put up a big resistance on that one, and they're basically saying, look, it's £80 million or you ain't having him. So I don't think that's the case. Now, on to Nicolas Pepe. There's a lot of reports going around this morning about Nicolas Pepe and about the fact that, you know, there's 4 clubs in for him. Liverpool's one of them. Not quite sure why Liverpool would want him, but then saying that, they were very close to winning a title. So strength in depth and all that. Maybe they would go and do that sort of money on Pepe. A couple of Italian teams are in for him. And then Arsenal. Now, there's a report going around this morning that suggests that his agent said pick Arsenal. Go to Arsenal over all the teams. Now, listen, for the money that we could spend on Wilfried Zaha, we could go and get Nicolas Pepe and still have change. So, you know, obviously, like I said, Zaha is not worth £80 million. I've said that many times before. He's not an £80 million footballer. Nicolas Pepe has the ceiling to be an £80 million footballer. Whether he is or not now is debatable. Yes, he had a fantastic season in France last season. I don't think that's in any doubt whatsoever. But if you put him in our squad and in our starting 11 with Aubameyang and Lacazette up front, Jesus Christ, that is fire. The only thing that worries me, and I've said this on so many streams in the last couple of weeks, is the fact that the amount of money we're looking to sign Zaha and Nicolas Pepe for, why don't we just go and sign a centre-back? You know, it's the main priority for me is a centre-back. But listen, if Nicolas Pepe comes to Arsenal, I know that Napoli are in for him. I know they've bid some money. I think it was £71 million. Somebody's just put in the comments. Listen, it's going to cost about the same sort of money as Wilfried Zaha. Who's the better player? For me, probably Pepe. You know, he's got a higher ceiling. It'd come in. It's a new challenge for him. He's playing with Aubameyang and Lacazette. You know, I think he'd do fantastic in the Premier League. I've said this all summer, but whether we get him or not, it's debatable. But listen, there's less than 2 weeks of this transfer window to go. We're no closer to signing Tierney. That's still in transition at the moment, still in talks with the agent and the club. Zaha seems to have fizzled out now with Everton coming in and apparently putting bids in. And now out of nowhere, the Nicolas Pepe story has taken a bit of traction. It started off earlier in the summer talking about him, and now we're back in for him again. So listen, it's going to be a long 2 weeks, I can tell you that much. But you know, maybe these stories are just coming out there, just being leaked to divert away and divert attention from other clubs away from our actual real target, which could be Everton Suarez. Now, for me, out of all of them, he's the better player. I'd go for him over Pepe and Zaha. You know, I know a lot of people may disagree on that. A lot of people may say Pepe is the better one out of the 3. I'm not too sure. Listen, it's all up for debate. But one thing's for sure, we have got 13 days of this transfer window left, less than that, 12 days is it, to get all of our signings done and get some of this dead wood out the club. Jenkinson's still on the books, surprisingly. He's been here, what, 8-9 years now. We've got Mustafi, he ain't going nowhere. Xhaka's probably not going to go anywhere. But we've got some of the youngsters as well, and we've got a conundrum with them. You know, a lot of our youngsters can go out on loan, and they probably will go out on loan. So, you know, I don't know. Listen, at the end of the day, it's not been a great transfer window so far, and it needs to get better, and we've got just under 2 weeks to go and try and sort that out. So I don't know, we shall see. Anyway, let me do a couple of your questions. I am currently at Malaga Airport. I'm standing out over here because the sun is right in my face if I move any further. So yeah, let's do some of these. Yeah, I'm at Malaga Airport, Lewis. I got here about 20 minutes ago. I'm going to go and have something to eat and get on a plane in about 2 hours. So I'll be back in England about 1 o'clock, I think, half 12, something like that. Big up Lee from Somalia. Happy days. Tokyo Guna, hope you're well, mate. Enjoy your flight, safe flight, mate. Agree we need a centre back. I think Unai is gonna, let me go back to that, gonna gamble a lot. We have to focus on attacking players. See, that's the thing, we shouldn't really be focusing on attacking players. We should be focusing on sorting our defence out. As soon as we sort our defence out, the attack takes care of itself. And like, end of the day, I just look here and I just think for 5, 6, 7 seasons, our Achilles heel has been our defence. And our defence ain't got any better in them 5, 6 seasons. So why not go and do £70 million towards Koulibaly? Go and stick that up front and do the other 20 million, 30 million over the next couple of years. I don't know. But one thing I do know is that bidding for Wilfried Zaha, bidding for Nicolas Pepe, is that really going to help us? Yes, it'll help us score more goals, but does that mean we're going to try and outscore the opponents every game? If you do, you know, that's not a way to play. I don't know. Listen, there's 12 or 13 days, whatever it is. We've got a massive couple of weeks ahead of us, because if we go into this season with the same defence as we had last season, we are bang in trouble. Which is why I'm hoping the Kieran Tierney deal gets done. And I'm hoping that they are actually looking at a centre-back, because all summer we've been linked with about 3 centre-backs. One was Gary Cahill, one was that Kahneman guy, the Argentine, and then we've been linked with Cisse recently, Regani as well. So 4 centre-backs we've been linked with all summer. We've been linked with more wingers than we have flipping defenders, and we need defenders. So I don't know. I'm going to do about 3 or 4 more minutes of this, answering some of your comments and questions, and then I'm going to get myself off. 250 if you're watching live, I do appreciate that. Please do stick a like on the video. There's only 24 likes on that right now, so if you all go and like it, that'll really help the channel grow. It's funny as we never had a 40 million budget in the first place. The media just hates Arsenal, says Chris. Well, this is the thing. I've said I'm on a live stream. Don't worry, it's not a photo. Bless her, she was waiting for me to take a photo. But yeah, listen, we've got a big couple of weeks, and we need to ship out some of these players. I'd like to see some of the youngsters get a chance. I'd like to see them step up and actually have a crack in the first team. But whether Unai Emery thinks that's the case, we will find out in a couple of weeks when we start against Newcastle. And it is literally 2 weeks tomorrow that we play Newcastle, and we're nowhere near ready yet. Malcolm's going to Dortmund for 40 million. Well, there you go. That's a player I'd take at Arsenal, Dylan. Chisel says Everton only has 10 goals and about 3 assists in the Brazilian league. Does that bother you? To be honest, no, it doesn't, because it'd be coming in, it'd be instantly playing with better players. So the guy's got bags of ability, man. We've seen that. He's absolutely class. He was man of the match in the Copa America final. You know, he lit that tournament up. He was absolutely superb. Sorry about my wobbly hand today. I ain't eaten yet, so energy levels are a little bit low. Jay Bizzle, thank you for that, mate. Appreciate your kind words. Can't wait for the 5-hour deadline day stream. Thank you, Madhur. Yeah, so anyone who has joined late, we have apparently gone in for Nicolas Pepe. Kieran Tierney's getting a little bit closer, although we're still a couple of £1 million away from actually signing him, but I think that will get done. And anyone who doesn't know, I am going to be doing a 5-hour deadline day stream. I'm looking to get a couple of people on. Already spoken to a few that are going to come on throughout that 5-hour stream. It'll be streaming from 1 PM UK time through till 6 PM UK time. So yeah, anyone who wants to come and join the chat and stuff like that on deadline day, 5 hours straight, long stream, obviously with cigarette and toilet breaks in between. But yeah, and anyone who missed the last couple of streams I've done, please go back and check them out. I would appreciate it. Also, anyone who missed it, I am going to be doing live watch-alongs with Guna Eagle Eye, so all go and subscribe to him if you haven't. Next season, every away game, he'll be coming onto this channel, and he'll be doing a live watch along with me on my channel for every single away game. Obviously the home games I'll be going to. Podcast should be next week, mate. Arsenal messed up big time by missing out on Manolas, mate. I said that all summer. He's a top player, top player. Everton and Ziyech over Pepe or Zaha. Exactly, you could buy both of them for the price of one of them. So yeah, good comment, Toby. We need Ndidi. I'll take him. Yes, indeedy, bruv. Yes, indeedy. Right, I'm going to do another minute or so of this, and then I'll be back at 5 o'clock today. I will be home by then. Like I said, I'm at Malaga Airport. I'm starving, so I need to go and get some food in a minute. You talk too much. Yeah, well, don't listen then. Pretty simple, isn't it? Will Arsenal sign Pepe? Well, listen, I don't know. Listen, he's a fantastic footballer, but for the price of Nicolas Pepe, somebody just pointed out, I think it was Toby a minute ago, pointed out, you could go and buy Ziyech, and you could go and buy Everton Suarez, and you could put them both into Arsenal's starting 11, and we're instantly better next season. So, listen, I'm going to wrap this up. I'll be back at 5 o'clock with my live stream again, yeah? Adam, listen, I'll speak to Turkish. I haven't spoke to him yet, but yeah, I could do that, mate. Any updates on Rugani? I haven't seen any. To be honest, I didn't really, I was driving to Malaga, mate, so I haven't really had a great deal of time to go and check through them this morning, so that's why it's just a quick, short stream. But yeah, listen, thanks for all the people watching live. 325 of you watching live. Stick a like on the video before you go. I do appreciate that. And hopefully I will have a safe flight, and hopefully I'll be landing back in Luton in about 3 or 4 hours time from now, and getting myself off home pining, thinking I wish I was back in Spain. But there we go. Anyway, listen, all have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you at 5 o'clock on the next live stream, all right? Laters, peeps.